Today we're going to be talking about what it is like to get a mortgage after a Chapter 7 or Chapter 11 bankruptcy, what those waiting periods are, what to watch out for, and what to make sure you do so that you're in the best position to get a home once that clock stops ticking. Okay, so once again, this is for Chapter 7 and Chapter 11 bankruptcies. And I'm going to be talking about this in relation to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans. And you're like, what are those? Well, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are the bulk of the loans done in the country. It's going to be any of your conforming 30-year loans. So that limit just got raised to any loan really under 548 250. I'm not talking about FHA. I'm not talking about VA. I'm not talking about jumbo loans. I am talking about Chapter 7 and 11 in relation to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans, those good old 30-year fixed loans that as a lender we love to do so much. Okay, so the first question, how long do you have to wait? Well, it depends. So the key guideline that I would say 99% of the people fall under is 4 years. So it's going to be 4 years from the discharge or dismissal date, not 4 years from when you filed, 4 years from the discharge or dismissal date. Now, there is a guideline where you can get approved after 3 years with extenuating circumstances. So the one caution I would say with that is if a lender's telling you, hey, 3 years, no problem, you want that loan fully underwritten before you start home shopping, 100%, because it's going to be up to the underwriter and the company's decision as to whether or not you meet the guidelines for extenuating circumstances. Something like a divorce usually is not going to meet it. It's going to be something like death of a spouse who was also a breadwinner. It's going to be something substantial. It's not going to be, I got behind on my bills because, something small. It needs to be substantial. So you really want to check your lender on that. If they're telling you 3 years for conventional, okay, you want to make sure you get that loan fully underwritten before you start shopping, because that is something the underwriter has a full set of things to look at that is outside of the norm, okay? So for 99% of you guys, it's gonna be 4 years. Now, there's one other trick to this. If you have filed more than one bankruptcy in the last 7 years, now this is a niche guideline. Like I actually saw this one and was like, wow, okay, I would have missed that. If you've had more than one bankruptcy in the last 7 years, 5 years. Yeah, you don't get the 4 years. If you've had 2 bankruptcies or 3 bankruptcies in the last 7 years, it's 5 years. And you just have to keep in mind, they're looking at this from a risk basis. If you filed 2 bankruptcies within 7 years, like something is wrong, something's not good, like maybe you need a little bit more time. That's the rule. Okay. Now, something a lot of people struggle with is they're like, well, wait, it's been 4 years. Why am I not getting approved? Well, how have you treated your credit since you got approved? Since you got discharged, excuse me. How have you been treating your credit since you got discharged? If you're showing a bunch of lates, it's not going to look great to an underwriter. Like a bankruptcy is already a mark saying that there were issues where you couldn't pay, you had to go to the courts to resolve it. So if they're looking at your recent history and there's a bunch of lates, that's a problem. Yeah. And different lenders have different overlays on this. Generally what I see is, I've been at companies where there can be 0 lates since your bankruptcy. And I've been at others where it's like no lates within the last 12 months. But regardless, you guys are going to want to be very aware of how you treat your credit moving forward, which I have to say, I'm just going to use 99% all day. But like the bulk of people I speak to after bankruptcy, they are watching their credit like a hawk. They never want to go through it again. It's a very eye-opening process. It's very rare that I see people with multiple bankruptcies, or I see people who have had bankruptcies and are repeating the same mistakes. That's rare. Generally, when someone has a bankruptcy, they're working hard on their credit because they never want to go through it again. Because often life puts you in positions where you didn't try to end up there, you did, but you're just going to make sure it doesn't happen again. And that's what an underwriter's looking for. They're looking for, okay, they have this happened, but they've really done a great job rebuilding their credit. That's important too. A lot of times after bankruptcy, people want nothing to do with credit, which I understand, but you're going to need to rebuild your credit. So don't go buy a car that you don't need. Don't buy an RV that you don't need. Credit card. 1 credit card, 2 credit cards, however many you have, 1 tank of gas, 1 grocery store trip, and pay it off immediately. That's it. Don't charge up a card to try to show a lender you can pay a bill. Not what we're looking for. We are looking for literally that you just pay consistently and you don't have debt. That is what we are looking for. So I always tell people tank of gas and also, or a grocery store trip if you don't drive, and then pay it off immediately. So I hope this has been helpful. If you guys have questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. You can always book a time with me on my calendar. I'm licensed in 46 states. So there's only a couple where I can't help you right now, but the bulk of the country, I am here for you. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.